This whole thing was crazy enough before, but now MrBeast has given away $1 million and it's thrown off all of my calculations. Why did he do it? How real is this? Why is it so interesting? You know, there's one thing I've always found it hard to argue with, and that's legitimate success. Someone's legitimate success. No matter what you think of MrBeast and his content, it's hard to argue with results. As you can see, I've been trying for quite some time to figure out exactly what makes his content so successful. Wasn't going very well until Tom pointed out that
MrBeast is a prank channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna give full credit to him on this. He's right. It's basically a prank channel.
You're welcome, Dick.
We've been getting ready to go really hard in the new year on making content and doing streams. Then we hit some roadblocks. I said roadblocks, not Roblox. So now, if we're really gonna make content great again in 2020, we're gonna have to really try and figure out what makes the big guys tick. 2020 is our year, boys. MrBeast is debatably one of the current kings of YouTube, his content raking in millions per video without fail. Putting out multiple videos a month, spending over a literal ton of cash by now, the team primarily puts out two kinds of videos: giveaways and quote-unquote challenges. With 26 million subs currently, it's been over a year since he's had less than 10 million views on a single video, that ironically being his 5 millionth subscriber video. Much like MrBeast's content, pranks were massive on the platform for a long time, but it was usually negative stuff, like using people's situations for their own gain instead of like a harmless gag. Now don't get me wrong, I do watch MrBeast's content on occasion, and I do enjoy it when I watch it normally, but recently I started wondering why. You could easily write a lot of it off as bland content with a few amusing gags or bits in the middle, so why is it so interesting? Now why he does what he does is obvious, because views equal everything. Except for love, I guess. Views can get you money, fame, a Pornhub premium account for cold-only nights, connections, and friends. But what is it about this content that makes people flock to it in mass, besides the shock that he spends money like a Kardashian or a SoundCloud rapper? Now look, trust me, I know, I get it. I'm offended you would compare him to a prank channel. Prank channels are an unspecified terminal illness, and you'd be right to tell me that. But please, just hear me out, alright? Trust me, it's not as crazy as it might sound. MrBeast a few years ago was even titling his videos as pranks. For example, here's one of his old pranks.
That was crazy. Just fell and dropped in it.
And here's one of his new pranks.
Giving a random person $10,000 and saying nothing.
Oh my goodness. She's not taking it.
Pulling your pants down mid-conversation. Giving birth in public.
That's right, MrBeast himself was not that long ago a basic prankster boy. He just didn't evolve with the rest of the prankster mon.
So this is the first ever I've seen like on my phone that's mine, and there it is, yo.
Now the difference is the tone of the prank. Positive and negative. While many prank channels in the past have tried to capitalize on negative reactions or negative situations, MrBeast has gone the opposite direction, and he's focusing on the positive.
What's up guys, Joey Salads here. Black people don't like Trump. I got a car, and we're gonna park it in a black neighborhood. Hey guys!
The same black actors that destroyed the car are standing with Joey right behind the camera as he does his introduction.
I bought every single car at a car dealership. I need to reprice them.
This car is $3, $7, $2. This car, we pay you $1,000 to buy. What do you think it's worth?
I would probably say 10, 12,000.
We like the number 12, but not 12,000. How about $12? I feel bad for marking her up. How about $10? Is that fine? Okay, you drive a hard bargain, 9. We'll do 9. I'll give you $100. Just take the car.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you're making me want to cry.
It's getting a little emotional with this car?
It is.
My throat is starting to get
I'm
clogged.
starting to tear up.
It's the sweat. I'm not crying, it's the sweat.
Now MrBeast typically produces two types of videos. There's giveaways and there's challenges. There's some things you can expect to see from either of them. Now we all know that in a typical MrBeast video, a lot of money gets thrown around, and that's enough for some people to be entertained.
Oh, he's so cool, his money's big, he's rich, so he's best.
They do a lot of giveaway videos. Typically they're giving away money or prizes. Sometimes they'll just sell things at a really insanely low price. But sometimes that's just not entertaining enough. Now we don't normally think of these as pranks because the word prank has a negative connotation to it. I mean, prank channels a few years ago would do homeless pranks where they would actually prank the homeless people and then they would give them $20 Roblox and slap some royalty-free sad music behind it, and then pretend to be a hero while making thousands off the video. Now this is around the time that prank channels started changing their content just a little bit and started calling them social experiments instead, to make them sound socially aware, like they're spreading some kind of great inspirational message, but it was all really, really thin and hollow if you watch it for more than a few seconds. A lot of them would do things because it sounded like the moral and ethical right thing to do, like donating food to a homeless shelter, but it was always just to get that clickbait. It was just to get the money. And then you'd find out stuff like, well, they faked it. They actually didn't even buy the food. They just took it from a Dunkin' Donuts after they threw out the old donuts from the night before. I'm not quoting an actual incident, by the way. That's just a general concept. I'll give you an actual example.
I'm Fusi.
I'm Roman.
And this is the suicide experiment.
This video by FusiTube was about suicide. They get in taxis, they talk about their depressing fake lives to the driver, and then they ask the driver to stop on a bridge. They get out of the cars, and then they pretend to get ready to jump, hoping the driver would get out of the car and stop them. Real or not, both drivers did get out of the car to help. But if you watch closely, the video never includes any information about getting help, calling a hotline, or any other information aside from the setup to the video and the note saying he never even told the guy that it was fake. So this video seems to have been done strictly for the clicks, as the video doesn't show anything besides them deceiving two men into believing they're suicidal, and then gives no helpful information aside from the fact that the two drivers were good guys. And again, unlike those prank channels, MrBeast doesn't really take advantage of people for clickbait. And even the one time that I can think of he kind of did use someone for clickbait, it was totally justified by how much he was giving to the person.
We just got this house and we're giving it to a homeless person. We got him this house. We're gonna deck out this house. We're gonna give Chandler a couple $1,000s to have fun with him, and then at the end of the day he's gonna come to this house and he won't be homeless because his lease is almost up and he has nowhere to go, so he's gonna go here.
All this mine.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's yours.
This is your new home.
I'm indebted for a lifetime.
Nope.
It's all. This is all you.
Alright, well, we're gonna take your debt and rip it up.
Got you a stuffed animal.
Yeah. Give Brother Bobby the change from today.
There you go.
It's not too much.
It's for groceries.
It's for groceries.
Yeah, man.
For groceries.
Thanks y'all.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate y'all.
The first year's rent we got covered. Same with utilities and everything, so you don't have to worry about that.
Utilities?
Yeah, we got it. We'll pay it all for you, so you don't have to worry about it.
They did a lot for that old man, and he had no idea. He thought they were just going out for a nice day on the town, and they come home to a brand new home. Now, I feel it's only fair to talk about at least one more point, and it's one that kind of even goes against MrBeast to some people. A lot of pranksters were known for faking their pranks, whether it be because it would cross lines or it just wasn't safe. It just made the most sense for him to fake the prank and basically act it out, whatever made the video easier to do. Now, there's a lot of logical reasons as to why you would do something like give fake money out at a giveaway, and then before they leave, swap the giveaway money with a check. Can you imagine if MrBeast was just walking around every day with $20,000, $30,000 in his pocket and then got robbed? I couldn't find anything on this, but I remember hearing at one point in time that it's even illegal in some parts of the country to give out more than a few $100s to just random strangers. Like, apparently you couldn't fly a blimp over a stadium and then dump $100,000 out of it because apparently that would be illegal.
Looks like we're getting some rain here tonight, John.
Yeah. Hey, wait a second.
But on top of that, checks just don't seem as impressive in a video, so I can totally get why they would do this. So MrBeast is faking his videos, but unlike the pranksters that came before him, he's actually living up to what he said he was going to do. They have the same goal of getting a reaction, but pranksters go for a shock and a concern reaction, whereas MrBeast has a very different reaction in mind. It's all about the overwhelming reaction of joy and disbelief he's aiming for. Regardless what you think about him, I can't imagine changing so many people's lives and not feeling at least a small dopamine boost from it. Now, that being said, a lot of pranksters fake their content, including hiring actors and stuff. Team Beast doesn't fake their giveaways, not really. But can the same be said about their challenges? In the past, it's been noted that they would reuse pennies, Legos, and other stuff repeatedly. Can you imagine giving a fan 1,000,000 pennies? Also, Chandler. That's gotta be fake, right? There's no way that he loses every single challenge, right? That can't be real. I mean, there's no way he naturally loses every challenge, right? I don't know. In all reality, I guess, who's to say? All I know is that, in my opinion, MrBeast is the best version of prank channel we've ever had, so more power to him. And more power to my patron, Pantsless Gamers, as well as the rest of you. Thank you so much for watching, and have a happy Christmas.